So today I'm trying out something new. Maybe not recommended, but I figured I'd try it just today. And if it works well, then it works well. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. But a problem with keyboard and mouse games that I have is that there is not a good place to put my mic on my desk compared to everything else. And so you get a lot of clicks and clacks with my keyboard and mouse. You hear them come through the mic. And like, that's not the most ideal thing in the world. So what I am doing right now, and let's get y'all actually try to get y'all focused. There we go. I'm moving around. You can see me. You can hear me. Love the clicks and clacks? Well, today you're not going to hear any. Today is a little bit different. Obviously, my mic probably sounds maybe a little clearer. My nose is a little stuffy, so maybe that offsets it. I am in my VR headset right now. I am going to attempt to play this keyboard and mouse game on my headset. Now, obviously, that comes with some complications. I have a digital screen in front of me with RollerCoaster Tycoon. To my right, I have my stream manager. To my left, I have OBS. But I have to like really turn my head to see it. So that's already kind of one point against it. The other point being I have to wear this big clunky thing on my head. However, if it ends up being worth it, then it's worth it, right? Had some health stuff happen recently. I will talk about that once we actually get into some gameplay. Nothing major, but some life changes are being made. What haven't we done? I wouldn't mind doing kind of a longer one today, honestly. Now the other complication is that I cannot see my mouse and keyboard. Really putting that like touch typing lesson to use. Year 2, year 3, maybe just a year 3. An oasis in the middle of the desert provides an unusual opportunity to build an amusement park. 1,400 guests in your park at the end of October year 3. Oh man, that's not a lot of space though. I assume I can buy more. Yeah? Gonna have to discuss the Nick Do lowering standards. Yeah. Yeah. That's the part. Is it bad that that's the thing I'm like mourning the most here? Let's see. We have 10,000 with a loan of 10,000. We are paying. Okay, we're charging for rides. Charging for rides, but we probably don't have an ATM. That's tricky. Open this stuff right away. Clear. So already I'm kind of noticing there's like a... Frames aren't great on this screen. Maybe it's just the program I'm using. Maybe I could find like a program that helps with that. Not that I need it greatly for this game, but you know, thing to keep in mind, I guess. Yeah, so I guess I'll start there. Nothing else to really talk about. So I'm not feeling too great. Like today is better than the past 2 days. Today I kind of just feel like I'm getting over a sickness. But 2 days ago I woke up with like immense pain in my side. Like my lower left side. So immediately I was like, is that my appendix? And then I look it up and it's like, no, your appendix is on the right side. It would probably be on the right side. Like you can feel it in your back. But then I'm like, okay, kidney stone? And eventually the pain goes away. Like the pain goes away in about 15 minutes. And I'm like, oh, well, that was weird. That was a weird little health scare. 15 minutes later it comes back and does not go away. So I'm like, okay, well, shit. And it gets worse. So I'm talking like a 7 out of 10 on the pain scale. Like I could imagine worse, even if I've never felt it. And then it gets like worse. And I'm starting to like freak out a little bit. I so don't want to go to the hospital, but I know I've gotta at that point. And so I'm like, I call up my boss. Like I text around a lot, I call around a lot, but eventually I land on like one of my bosses. I have several at my job. There's one I'm kind of tight with. And I'm like, she calls me back because I call her twice. And then she calls me back when she wakes up like a couple minutes later. She's like, what do you need? I'm like, can you drive me to the hospital so I don't have to pay for an ambulance? So she was a real one. She drove me to the good hospital because the local one kind of sucks. We both agree we hate it and we would not trust our family putting family members in there. Oh, there's no first aid stall. Let's try to get that right away. Maximum funding shops and stalls. She's a good one for that. I have a hospital like that near me too. Yeah. Well, she asked me which I wanted. And when she was like, well, I wouldn't take my family to this one. I'm like, then take me to the other one. I'm sure there are people there that do good work, but I know that there are people there that don't. Is the problem. So we take the extra, like, it's an extra 15 minutes in the car. And like by the time I'm in the waiting room, the pain has ascended to like an 8, where it's like the only way I could really imagine if it was worse is if it was bad enough that I threw up, or like if it was bad enough that it was bigger, right? Because it's in a confined space. Like there's only so much of me that's in pain. So yeah, I was right. It was a kidney stone. They gave me some stuff for it and sent me on my way. I was in and out of there pretty quick. Like the wait was a little excruciating, but after that, it was like fine. And I definitely saved a lot of money not going. Is my side feeling better now? Yes. It is. I'm pretty sure, so I'm not on pain meds anymore. I'm already off of the pain meds and I don't feel any pain. And frankly, I'm not sure if the kidney stone is gone or not. I have no idea if it's passed. I think it might have, but I can't be 100% sure this early. It's unknown at the present time. Oh, hold on. Where's the pause? Let's pause it. I gotta do a little check on something. Unmute myself in the Discord. There we go. I was gonna ask, but I didn't want to pry on that. Yeah, it's not too personal. I don't think. If you don't feel it, it probably passed. But I think my dad has known pretty personally every time it passed. Yeah. I mean, it's also like, okay, it starts to hurt when it's in your ureter, which is between your kidney and your bladder. That's when it hurts. That's when it like really fucking hurts. And that's done. So like the kidney stone is at least in the bladder. Blast it out. I know. But like honestly, you know, there was a while where even though there was like a short while where even though I knew it wasn't in there, I was still taking the med. So like there is a very real chance I didn't feel it because I was taking the med. That shit worked, by the way. They gave me that stuff in the hospital through an IV and it was like magic. Like it didn't make me feel good. I could still tell there was something wrong in there. What pain med? Let me oh, I put it in my backpack just in case I need it. Is my backpack within arm's reach? Yeah, it is. Certainly no ibuprofen. That is correct. I can at least correctly read off the typical brand name. Ketorolac, common brand Toradol. That shit works. I'm keeping that. They were like, when you don't need it anymore, please give it back. And I'm like, you're not getting this back. I'm not gonna abuse it, but I need it for, you know, for when I might need it. Mine Train Coaster. That is not what I asked you to give me. Let's get some classic RollerCoaster Tycoon music going on. So yeah, so today, and even yesterday, really, my main concerns today, give meds back what? Yeah, so when you're being given meds that you are supposed to stop when not needed, so like if you have like a pain medication that is a controlled substance, right? That is like take as needed. There's kind of like they expect you or they ask you at the very least to drop it off at the pharmacy when no longer needed so that it can be destroyed. So that, you know, so it doesn't get abused, so you don't get hooked on it, so that it doesn't fall into someone else's hands, etc., etc. Yeah, no one ever does. Like, it's something they ask, and I'm sure no one ever does it. I guess we're going with a blue theme for our desert. Just do blue and gold. But yeah, no, that's the shit you keep on hand just in case. So they wanted me to piss into a strainer, first of all. They wanted me to like do that so that I could catch the kidney stone and then bring it to a like your personal doctor so that he could look at it and be like, yep, change this about your diet. But I already know what needs to be changed about my diet, so I'm not pissing into my fucking strainer. Okay, I can tell you right here and right now, soda and fast food. It was almost certainly sugar and salt. So what I'm actually dealing with today and most of yesterday really is not so much the kidney stone shit. It's like caffeine withdrawals. I'm suffering over here. Like it's not good. So that's kind of like why today is a little bit more of a low-key kind of vibe maybe. Like the headache yesterday was really nasty, and whatever pain med they're giving me, that Dol does not work on headaches. So I swapped to the Dayquil, which seem to do a bit better. Yeah, it's, you know, the chill ones are the ones I generally like putting on. And like, as much as I like the Skyrim ones, they are kind of a pain in the ass. Especially those first 5. Like, we finally ironed out all the problems. I think I still need to, like, I don't know, I need to like bump up the brightness on it. I was looking back at some of the VOD stuff just to like find clips to compile, and it's like, I can't tell what's going on in here. Like, even just like daytime outdoor sections in that game are a little like hard to see, so I'm gonna have to look through settings and stuff. But RollerCoaster Tycoon's pretty dependable. I'll put a little path down, not really knowing what to do with it. Right. Can I? Okay, yes. How much? 30 per tile is not great, honestly. Damn, they want me to fit one. I guess that's not too bad. How much is this gonna set me back? 600. That's a lot. Okay, we're gonna stop buying land now. Fuck. I'm evil for denying them the collection. It's mine. I made it. Like a precious pearl in a clam. That was the result of 31 years of Mountain Dew. So I think what I'm gonna do tomorrow, you know, tomorrow I have kind of plans. I have to do some audio work for Minotaur Hotel. I have to, I would love to do some drawing. I'd love to get some thumbnailing done, maybe the last of the thumbnailing or close to it for the Old Man Dragon Yowie comic. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one last pilgrimage to the Taco Bell and say goodbye to it. I'm going to like get my favorite or like whatever they have and eat it and enjoy it and really try to take my time with it and get a big nice soda like the last one. And then I'm going to do my goddamnedest to like stay out of fast food as much as possible. I've already got like stuff for salads and I've been like chugging water like no one's business. Not making a lot of money here. This is kind of tricky. I think we max out the loan. Max out the loan, build something nice. And that'll get people in. Ah, God. All right. Gotta buy some land. Still not used to like having to buy land and stuff. Remember to keep food fun, and if you don't like how something tastes, you don't have to force yourself to keep buying it. Don't become a chicken, broccoli, rice bro. So here's the thing, though, is I love chicken, broccoli, and rice. But yeah, no, I definitely understand what you're saying. You do have to, like, stop yourself from being the guy who eats the same thing every day. And it's like, you know, you have to let yourself have fun every once in a while. Like, I'm not gonna quit soda cold turkey either. I don't think I'm gonna quit permanently. Like, never in my life ever drinking soda type shit again. It's just, you know, you know, it's a treat. It's not something I'm supposed to be having 3 cans of every day. Selection of fun things and sauces, so stiff like, yeah. I've got like 3 different kinds of salad dressing in there right now. And I do like salad. You know, there's plenty of healthy stuff that I do enjoy. I'm not starting off from like, you know, I'm not starting off on the level of being a vegetable hater. So I have that going for me. It's just that stuff can be like a bit of a pain in the ass to prepare, but see, I do like salad, but I'm so picky about it. I'm like, I don't like a lot of things in my salad. Like, once you start adding, like, oranges and stuff, I'm out. I like oranges, I just don't want it in my salad. It's a little, I don't know, just a little strange to me. Fruit in a salad is weird. The closest I'll get is like a raisin, and it's different because it's dried. I think I've had raisins in a salad once, and I thought it was fine but strange. Because like I had bought like salad kits before, and like I was like, well, this one looks a little outside my comfort zone, but I should challenge myself, and it was okay. I don't remember exactly what kind. Can we get a water splash in there? Hell yeah. Is that even lined up? Yes, it is. Holy shit. I'm a genius. Let's get that photo section for the extra money, and then we'll turn the rest of this into a station platform. That doesn't seem like too bad of a coaster. Entrance here, exit here. Boom. Actually, let's get the exit slightly off to the side, just in case I want to maintain this grid. And do a proper test. But yeah, like the California salads that have the oranges and stuff, I'm not a big fan. I will do, okay. So your typical salad. So like, I usually use romaine hearts because they're very crunchy. They're only like the crunchiest of the leaves. And then I'm not a big kale fan, so I stick to spinach. And then I will do like cheese. I like mushroom. I will do not much more than that. Like carrot is okay if it's shredded. and not like overwhelming. And then like my method for like applying the dressing is to put just a little bit in it, but have the whole salad in like a Tupperware container and then shake the whole thing. And that kind of like evenly distributes all of the dressing without having to use a whole lot of it. You're the motherfucker in Cook Serve Delicious who keeps ordering mushrooms in their salad? Yes, I am. Oh, also cooked chicken. Like, hot chicken in a cold salad is so fucking good, whether it's like breaded or grilled. But yeah, not a whole lot of mushroom, just a little bit. I am a mushroom fan. Oh, that don't look too good. There we go. Breaded chicken is preferred for me, but I can get behind grilled. I also prefer the breaded chicken. $185 guests. June 14th, year one. Losing money, but that's to be expected. We did just open up a big fucking ride. We'll advertise for it. It's not an amazing ride, nor is it really all that compact. But, you know, it works. It has decent stats for what it is. It only has one chain lift, so the cost of operation's kind of low. Or at least it should be. Let it run for a bit. Advertising campaign for the park as well. It's very expensive. Lower that a little bit. Oh, right, we're doing... That works. In lieu of Twitch integration stuff not really being functional, y'all just gotta let me know if you want one of these little peeps named after you. Still no first aid. Maybe there isn't a first aid thing in RCT1. I'm trying to remember. This is an RCT1 one. I think there might not be first aid stalls. Get another flat ride down since I have them. In that case, then I should probably... Well, water rides, thrill, coasters, no gentle, no transport. Don't have one of these yet. The Boiger Bar. We're making money a little bit. Making a little bit of money. It's going to be tricky making them pay per ride, but then asking them to stay in the park. Because there's not going to be any ATMs. And so when they run out of money, they leave. So really what I should be doing maybe a little bit is... Already got the lazy tax kind of high. Bump it up a little more. So yeah, all in all, the moral of the story is stop drinking soda. That's the main thing. It's kind of hard to drink out of a cup when you've got this on. I have to get like straws. Oops. Genuinely, my strategy for mazes is to not build them in a way that lets them get lost. Just make like a straight line with maybe one path and they'll be fine. They'll like it decent enough. You can't trust them to not get lost in there. forget, is the maze is the ride that never breaks down, right? I think I can afford to just, like, say never on the checkup. Welcome back, Land Shark. You get your walk in? We've built ourselves a small, profitable park that will not retain guests. So we need to turn that into a large, profitable park that will retain guests. I'm gonna have to try to, like, finesse a roller coaster in the middle of this one, I think. What kind of coasters do I got? Junior. Junior might work. Side friction mini. A gentle coaster for people who haven't yet got the courage to face the larger rides. Coasters bring people. That's how it goes. Probably won't look amazing. Damn, okay. Well, we're already running into a... How tall is it allowed to go? Splash boats. Ooh, splash boats are fun. I love building those. Dang. Okay. Oh. Yeah, thread the needle. No, damn it. This is like a particularly bad coaster is the thing. Like what I'm making here. Like least exciting coaster of all time. Change up the gameplay and then. Oh, there it goes. What's in the way now? I don't get it. How is it in the way? We've threaded the needle. Jesus. This is like maybe the worst coaster I've ever built. I'm about to get kicked out of the Lollipop Guild for this one. I can't see anymore. I can't see what I'm building. Oh no. Not owned by Park. In the middle of it? I've got a little spot in the middle of the park that I don't own. Whatever. Yeah, there is. It's right there. It's not for sale. This tiny little chunk right here was accidentally left as not buyable. What the fuck? Oh, that's fucked. Oh, jeez. All right. There's just a little spot. All right. Oh god, the isometric view. God damn it. Okay. Well, somehow I'm still making money in the midst of all this. So there is that. God. How? Shit. I spend... That's gonna be so tough on their silly little spines. But we will see how they feel about it. Entrance and exit. And test my worst little coaster of all time. Give them some more room to breathe, because they're probably crowded by now. I only have one bathroom in here. I probably need like 10 more, knowing this game. Oh, no way. Oh, god damn it. There we go. It's all good. It's just annoying. There we go. And test. Now, if I did all of that and this turns out to be like a total dud, then whatever. Oh, those are actually decent stats. Like, that's not bad. It's probably helped immensely by the fact that it's right next to this much more exciting ride and also goes through a loop, which in turn helps the looped rides stats. Like, we're doing pretty fine for ourselves as far as this is concerned. We can actually bump it up even more with some scenery. We'd kind of get a 2-for-1 deal on scenery here. It'd help both rides out quite a bit if I just spammed a bunch of scenery like that. 7.6. So neither of these are super compact, but they fit together, which helps a lot. Advertising campaign is over. We're getting even more guests. Let's advertise the new one now. We can probably afford to do that for the max amount of time. Same with the park. It's always worth it. It is always worth it. Right, bathrooms. Here's one. And here's one. Let's set every 10 minutes. Okay, that's the default. I'd love to build out here a little bit. It's just so expensive to buy that stuff. Oh. Oh. There goes the money. It's worth it though. There we go. Now I can build there once I have the money for building there. Boigers. Sure, they got a place to sit. River Rapids unlocked. I don't care about that as much. Well, actually, I do like the River Rapids. It's definitely not my least favorite. It's very easy to build compact stuff with it. And it fits a decent amount of people in it. Splash boats, though. Splash boats is the GOAT. What are people thinking? Too crowded. Yeah, I bet. That makes sense. Running out of cash. Nothing I can do about it. Can try to minimize crowding here. Oh shit, it's about to rain. Wait. Oh, I'm not allowed to construct. At least let me get in the menu. There we go. Get some umbrella sails in there. We're not gonna get the chance to do that this often in this one. It's probably a hot and dry level, which means it doesn't rain as often. Yep. Yep. Money coming in. These umbrella sails are gonna be what let us do the splash boats. Not that. What am I looking for here? Let's just do this. We're about to fix the crowding issue with, like, the next ride. $7,000, not bad. We're almost at 700 guests. We're not at year 2 yet, even. Want to build a little further out. Just buy a little more land. I can already kind of envision the ride, and this isn't enough. All right, there we go. That'll be good. Okay, so this thing only takes wide turns. So we have to account for that, like, right away. What's the furthest back I can push it? Not that far. That far. Yes. Okay, it's perfect. Boom. Not a whole lot to these, but I do love building them, and I do love having them at my park. Test that. Look at all those boats. That's gonna hold half my damn park. More rain? For me? Yeah, that queue's long enough. It's long enough. What's going on over here? What am I doing? Is that connected? Yeah, it's connected. Okay. All right. So, how'd this turn out then? Nice. Good enough. Put some trees in there. This kind too. That'll bump it up a little bit. I sent it above a 5. That's pretty good. The important thing is that most people will want to ride it at least once. And then they won't complain about how crowded it is, because they'll all be on this. So how are people's needs now? Running out of cash. Nothing I can do. It's too crowded where? Everywhere. Okay. Well, that's not helpful. Coaster, it's clean and tidy. Balloons are good. I want to go home. Then get out of here. Leave. Value, value. Things are going generally pretty well. We're making fat stacks of cash. Corkscrew roller coaster. Could I efficiently fit one like right here? Whoa. What the hell? It like clips right into it. This is my scary coaster. Oh, the tunes. Okay, so let's see if I can set this up correctly. Powered launch passing station. Probably more than that. Number of circuits like 2. And test. Oh, that's... Oh, yeah. Nope, there it goes. Oops. Okay, so that was too much. That was too much. That's not enough. Gotta find the perfect amount here. That's not enough either. Try 40. And like it will go a little bit further once people are on it because guest weight will be calculated after. Oh. Oh. It goes up. It doesn't quite make it all the way through to this, but maybe we don't really want it to. How do the test results look on that anyway? decent. Like, it is still decent. I feel like once people get on this, they will clear that, and then they'll get stuck probably. So maybe we try a little faster and see what happens. Wild ass shape for a ride. I have been on similar ones, I will say. Not like with this scary part here being as twisty as it is, but like, okay, yeah. So like, if they make it over that, they are dead. There was one at Cedar Point called, what was it called? Twister, something Twister. Wicked Twister. The Wicked Twister, and I loved it. Amazing ride. And it's not there anymore, I don't believe. I love that. Yeah, it really does look like it clips through. It's going under. It doesn't look like it clips through anymore. But like, it was pretty bad before. All right, now let's test it. At 42. Let's let it clear. Let's let it clear that little corkscrew. Oh, it gets kind of close-ish. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Scary, scary. And it goes a second time. Oh, oh, oh. Scary, scary. I should probably save. Just in case this thing fucking crashes. Like, I get, like, the perfect combination of heavy set guests, and it just, like, completely fucks me over. A little bit of a land rearrangement. Park's about to become even less crowded. Boom. We'll leave this one red, like it's a scorpion in the desert. We'll even color the queue line appropriately. And open. We're making money hand over fist now. I think we can probably give ourselves a little bit more of a lazy tax. And that'll keep people in the park longer because they can afford more stuff. Let's take off a little bit of this, just so we're not bleeding money for no reason. Vouchers for free burgers. Get it done. Vouchers for free rides on the Twist. Something that's not too expensive. And that'll bring more folks in. The ride advert ended. We need those running at all times, basically. Virginia Reel. Ooh. Now there's another favorite. And I think I see a place where I could fit it. As silly as it would be to do so. Let the simulation run for a little bit and make some more money. Somehow got away with a low nausea rating for this corkscrew coaster. A 100 people on the splash boats right now. That is almost a ninth of my guests are just in here somewhere. I don't even know if there is a place I could fit one of these right now. At least an area I'd be willing to use for something as bad as the car ride. Okay, we've let it sit. We have money. Okay, I can see them not clearing this. I can just see that with my eyes. Okay. That's fine. That means they're probably not going too fast for a turn like that. Or if they are, I don't have to care, really. I'll see where it goes. Like it was about to make it. Most ideally, we would have the entrance kind of close to the start of the ride. I don't know if that's happening. Start of the ride is kind of tucked in between a bunch of other stuff. Those are pretty alright stats for Virginia Reel, especially considering how rough of a ride it seems. I'm happy with that. That'll keep people in our park. Open that. We're doing a lot with a little bit of space. Got rides tucked into other rides. On both sides. The reel is reeling. The wheel is wheeling. No one has died yet. What's our goal? Let's see, it's June 8th, year 2. Is one of these not the goal button? There it is. I was clicking it. 1,400 guests by year 3. We are like just over 300 away. And we've got more than a year to get that. We are so good. Smooth sailing from here on. See, do they have any more flat rides I can research just to fill that little spot right there? Gentle. Turn that on. Pay back some of this loan. Interesting. I don't think the loan is represented here. Like if you start paying it off and on. Yeah, it doesn't really change this. Your loan is not factored into your overall thing except for like what you're paying on the loan. A little sneaky. But I guess if you started paying off your loan and then you started seeing red numbers, you'd probably feel bad about it, right? It's already not really necessary for these, like, 2 to 3 to 4 year scenarios. You're never really going to start feeling the effects of having to pay a loan or having a big loan. Because like 5 or 10% of $25,000 per year, you know, it ends up not adding up to much. Launched free fall. Now that is a ride. Let's just do the pre-build on that because it's safe. It's generally safe. So beautiful from so high up. Okay, let's pay the rest of this off. Now you don't gotta worry about it at all. Mostly that's just throwing money away, but, you know, feels good. hire some furries. Okay, we've got all the marketing going on at once. Good, good. Probably one more coaster ought to do it until we're just coasting for the last year. Once we get our money back, we'll be able to maybe buy out the rest of this and then build something nice and big. Maybe another wooden coaster? Maybe something different. What have we got? Certainly not the Heartline. Whew. We have a gentle ride coming up. Could do another river rapids. Or a river rapids, since I don't have one yet. Maybe I can like start that here and then tuck it back here. Seems like a good idea. Since we're making money about as fast as we can spend it, I think maybe... Oh, shit. Well, maybe not. Maybe a little less than that. Forgot how expensive that gets. We'll get that back in just a second. Come on. There we go. They'll love that. Probably. Test it. And hope that it's decent-ish. I always feel like the stats on these are never quite what I want them to be. If I'm gonna be real. The advertisements are finishing. We can't let those go unrun for too long. Let's advertise our new Virginia reel, newish. Oh, that was pre-entry. Oops. Well, that's fine. We'll advertise the splash boats since they fit a bunch of people. Vouchers. Broigers. Again. And for the park, generic advertising campaign that we can't afford, actually. River Rapids come through for us. Tell us how much money we're gonna make. Also, this needs to be like minimum waiting time of like 5 seconds, 6 seconds. Or no, wait, maximum. We're getting clogged up here. Let's just open it. See, 3.8, not amazing. That's after it went underground. And it's like next to other rides and stuff. I mean, I can try to like... What is it now? 4.3, okay. Like, alright. That's not nothing. This go up too, maybe a little bit. Nearly hit the guest requirement. But we're still pretty far away from October Year 3. almost want to like, can I'll let these guys go through first. Oh, no, I can't. Okay. How about here? It's a little messy. Not looking great. There's no real reason to do that. Very much. Oh well. Spiral slide. This late. Advertising campaign for the park is finished. Well, bring it back. It's been a minute since I've looked at what the peeps are thinking. Already got a park map, running out of cash. I'm sick, it's crowded. Yep. That's the typical experience. Can't help you there. No, you don't. You're getting trickier with these. Yeah, viewers. Okay, that does it. There we go. Yeah, they're getting trickier with those. They're like, you know, it was easy when it was just Stream Boo links, because then it's like, oh, I just add Stream Boo to the list. But now they've got like numbers and shit, and I can't just block the thing before the numbers. Automod doesn't catch it. I should be allowed to determine whether or not something is a full word or not when I add things to the block list. I shouldn't have to rely on adding full words. That's just my onion. Usually just add whatever variation. Yeah. It seems like the past week, though, they're coming up with, like, all kinds of shit. Oh, the river rapids in the way. I kind of boxed myself in here a little bit. That's fine. We're boxing ourselves out. Put something worth going to here, like a spiral slide. They'll tell you it's not worth it, but I tell you it is. Damn it. Tried to catch that advertisement notice before it went away. There we go. Bring this back. Max amount of time. Observation tower. This place is kind of a mess, but we got the people we need. We still have like a full year to go. Might be time to start fast forwarding a bit. The circus. We're not putting that in our fucking park. The beautiful sound of money. Let's try to buy the rest of the land. I don't know if I'll even get to use it at this point. Still can't believe there's still one tiny little piece of land that is not available for sale just in the middle of the park. It's crazy. Yeah, that's all of it. We did it. Now, if I actually wanted to get people into the back of the park, it'd be possible, but a little tricky to do so very effectively. My grid has been pretty much blocked by these rides here. Like, we can make one really big loop. Like... Whoa. Normal speed, please. Do like this and try to hug the... It doesn't look super great. I will say that. It's not a pretty solution. But it does give us access to that little back part of the park without completely trapping the guests there. Safest park in the country. You know it. I feel like that's always the easiest one to get. Oh, my guest count is going down. Oh no. Is it because I've given them a very fast, like, path to the exit? Probably. You know, it's probably because my advertisements wore off or something. I gotta check those. Yep, it's because my advertisements are wearing off. Get y'all on the splash boats. And eating free pizzas. And advertising the wooden coaster. Like the tree that owns itself. We definitely need to build another ride here, or else people are gonna be like, I'm going home. Now, it would probably also be a really good time to just completely plummet the prices on everything, actually. Like... only take 30% of what we could be taking. Because we definitely don't need to keep making money. We need to keep people in the damn park. And to do that, they need to be able to ride everything. money is not super concerning at the moment. What was that message? Bobsled coaster. That is a death trap. Like, you can build them safely, but you probably won't. You'll think you're in the clear, and then 2 years later, it'll just be like, yeah, 10 guests died, sorry. Putting in a water slash there because I needed to go slower. Oh, it was kind of hard to read the... There we go. Actually give it a test. Connect all the paths. All right, our guest count is rising once again. That's good news. Thought I saw, yep, okay. Gotta put that advertising campaign for the park back on. And 6.5, 7.9, pretty damn good. Open it up. Completely go against the spirit of the desert nature of the park by planting a forest here. Because I desire it. And even Plant grass, even though it's extremely expensive to do so, and not wise, particularly. Let's get kind of like a dirt fade in from the sand. There went all of my money. Okay, how much did I say this was? Like a 5 point something? Now it's gonna be 6.8. Because I put it in a forest. May year 3. Let's fast forward this. Make sure, make sure our advertisements are going. Bumper cars, I guess. Like I'll put him there. Not my favorite, but you know. Like sure. It is specifically not my favorite because they will like they'll start getting on the ride and then there's not enough of them to get on it. And so they're just stuck on the ride waiting for other people to finally join, and then like by the time they haven't even started, they're like, I'd like to get off the ride. So usually what I'll try to do is like lower the amount of vehicles on the ride so that doesn't happen. Mini helicopters. That's not a great ride. Could probably use some stalls on this long path I placed that doesn't really have anything on it. There we go. A restroom here. Another one of these. And then I think we're good. Keep an eye on this marketing campaign stuff. Free bumper car vouchers will stop them from from sitting there alone. What was that other message? Hot dog stall. We don't need that. The haunted house. This fit anywhere? Not particularly. I mean, way back here, maybe. I mean, it'd be cool if I put it back there and then manage the paths, but the paths would be ugly. Guess keep going up. Are they still complaining about crowding? Yep. Number one thought. The number one thought. If it's crowded, then leave. Y'all are the ones bunching up and hanging out together. Swinging inverting ship. Wish this park was more underground. I wish no one else knew about this park. Yeah, like I can click on almost any random guest and then their thoughts, it's gonna be like, it's too crowded here. This one doesn't think so. But they're not thirsty. Now let's power through. Just about finished up the scenario. There is one in-game month left, basically. Whoa, what award did I just get? Best custom designed rides. Fruity Ices stall. Hold on, we need a Fruity Ices stall before this finishes out. Let's put it right... Where's a good spot? Put it right here. Right. Where are you? Right here. Bam. Marketing campaigns are over. So is he, you know, fruity ice. There it is. Woo! We win. We beat Utopia. Well, that was pretty good. And I think for the experiment of using my VR headset to stream flat screen games works out pretty okay. Because I actually only have one monitor most of the time, and if I want two monitors, I have to use my art tablet. And like, there's just not a lot of room on my desk. So being able to simulate having 3 screens is actually kind of a boon. And on top of that, y'all don't have to hear the click clack of my keyboard and like my mouse and all that stuff. So honestly, I think especially for controller games, might be using my headset going forward. Especially since like the mic on this is so good and I know it's going to be consistent compared to like my desk mic that has to move around all the time. I think I'm literally just gonna have to be like a VR streamer. Even when I'm not in VR. Like for what it's worth. Thing is though, if I have to like sneeze or something, I'm not gonna be able to like stop you from hearing it unless I take off the whole damn headset. Oh, we unlocked dinghy slides? Can't believe we unlocked dinghy slides like after it was over. Well, that's game, folks. I'm gonna save that. Well, that was a nice chill stream. I think I'm gonna stream next week. Will be the next time. I've got work this weekend, and tomorrow is a day off for me. Kind of. I'm pursuing artistic stuff. So probably midweek next week, and then maybe then that weekend.